Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, but you'd never know it by looking at the endless petrol queues in the capital, Caracas.
We've been
in the queue since 11 last night, and still there are more than 100 cars ahead.
Venezuela's oil industry was already in shambles. Unprecedented low production, U.S. economic sanctions, and low prices made it hard to import chemicals needed to produce petrol. Now the little money that was coming in from oil exports is gone with the collapse of the market. Venezuela isn't alone. Neighboring Colombia and Ecuador, which is already deep in debt, depend heavily on oil exports, as does Mexico, where the number of infections from COVID-19 is rising sharply. Admitting that the crash in oil prices will hit Mexico very hard, President Andrés Manuel López Obrador tried to comfort his compatriots.
I want to guarantee and give you all the security that we Mexicans will be able to face this crisis. What do I base this on? On the fortitude of our country and of the Mexican people.
The crown jewel of Argentina's oil industry, the Vaca Muerta shale gas formation, is now practically paralyzed at a time when the country needed it most to offset a steep recession and debt commitments. Here in Chile, the problem is the plummeting price of its main export, copper. But along with the Caribbean islands, this is one of the few Latin American countries that produces practically no fossil fuel, which means that the drop in the price of oil is actually a bit of good news. But not for long. The UN Economic Council for Latin America and the Caribbean has just downgraded the forecast for the region even further.
What we want to say is that this crisis will create the worst recession in the region since 1914 and 1930. This is the magnitude of it.
A forecast that could be even worse if the price of key commodities like oil does not recover soon. Lucia, Newman, Aljazeera, Santiago.